Today's horror manga dubbed narration is I Told You, Didn't I? From the horror anthology Insomnia by Hokazono Masaya. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to Angel for offering their voice. Check them out in the description below as well as pinned in the top comment. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this chilling tale. I hope you all enjoy. Our story begins with an older gentleman. He seems to be feeling uneasy as he stares at a blank piece of paper intently, his thoughts going through his head. His concentration is soon interrupted by the voice of a woman.
Dear, dinner's ready.
The two of them stare at each other for a moment, the situation being awkward.
Sorry. You were in the middle of name drafting, huh?
She then shuts the door. Our focus returns back to our main protagonist. He stares intently at a calendar. 2 dates marked off and circled. Sweat drips down the side of his cheek as he thinks. This is bad. He crosses his arms and stares down at the paper once again. I can't draw the new name draft. I can't draw. The deadline has long passed, but I can't come up with a single idea. It's all over for me. But that is when he feels like he's being watched. Sweat drips down his face as he looks downward to see a strange little girl underneath his work desk. She has long, raven black hair and pale white skin. He looks at her with complete and utter shock as she crawls closer to him. Then, just like that, she creates an ominous aura. Our protagonist wakes up. He's inside his bed. Could it have possibly been just a dream? He looks around his room, and then he speaks to himself. A dream, huh? He then lets out a sigh of relief. Why am I dreaming of that girl now? Is it the pressure of not being able to draw the name draft? And then his doorbell rings. It rings over and over again as he approaches it. Wait a second. Do they even realize what time it is? Who could possibly show up at this hour?
Dear.
Go back to bed. The man tiptoes down the staircase, making his way to the front door. Hello? Who is it? That is when he hears a voice.
I told you.
He looks at the entrance monitor and sees the little girl from his dream. Fear plagues his face as she utters more words to him.
You'll die if you draw it. I told you, didn't I?
Now more scared than he's ever been in his entire life, he sits there in shock, watching the monitor as the girl slowly disappears before his very eyes until finally she's gone. He looks at the monitor once again, wondering if it could have just been his imagination. It has come again.
Hey.
But it's just his wife. Oh, it's you, Yumiko. Don't scare me like that.
Did someone come?
No, there's no one there. Maybe it's a glitch with the intercom. She looks at him intently, and then she utters,
Your hands. What happened?
Huh? When he looks down at his hands, they're now stained with a red liquid, dripping everywhere. Whoa! What are these wounds? No way! When did this happen? It's started again.
It's because you draw those things.
Huh? His wife's body begins swaying back and forth as she approaches him. The movements intensify more and more with each passing step as she whispers,
I told you. I told you. If you draw it, you'll die. I told you.
He stands there in complete and utter shock as she approaches him more and more until finally he's backed against his sink. She lowers her head as he says to her, Yumiko? And then, just like that, she runs away, making her way out of the room and up the staircase. He follows behind her, watching her ascend further, until finally she goes around the corner. He sits there as his body collapses in disbelief. In the end, I dragged my family into this. The man feels an intense amount of regret and stress. The next day at a local restaurant, he's meeting with another individual. His face downward, a solemn expression formed. This one's super scary. Thanks. It was worth the wait. But is your wife okay? By next morning, everything had returned to normal, and she didn't remember anything, so it's fine. Is that so? If that's the case, then it's all good. But our main man didn't seem to think the same. He looked sad and deep in thought. Back at his home, the paper was no longer blank. Instead, it had a familiar expression. The man continued to draw, but while illustrating, his wife peered around the corner, watching him with soulless, bloodshot eyes, as all he could do was sit there and draw. His wife lingered, watching him intently, until she began to rattle back and forth again, and he knew what was next. His wife was gone, paralleling that terrifying night. Why, I wonder, why am I still drawing, even after everything that's happened? Why can't I stop drawing? Where am I trying to go? I hope you all enjoyed. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to my Patreons and YouTube members. Sarah De Jesus, Motosurf, Cleo, Minue, Tago, Andre Wolf, Voodoom, Louise V, and Alex S. Thank you so much everyone, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a great night everyone. Goodbye.